What's going on, everyone? My name is Rob McCarty. I'm one of the co-founders of Illust and one of the collaborators on Balanced Forces. Today, we're going to be doing workshop number one, education series number one, info session number one, really just getting us ready for Basel, Miami Art Week. So joining us today, we have Crystal, awesome, and JBR, and Sven, where you just joined in. But yeah, I want to kind of go through just before we go into what's coming up. We want to just do like a quick summation of like what's Balanced Forces. I think there's some new faces here, and yeah, we can kind of jump into that. So maybe Crystal, if you want to share, JBR, if you want to jump in, or sorry, real quick before just like a quick table of contents for today. We're gonna go about Forces, share more about that, some past exhibitions. We're going to talk about the open call for Miami, how it's going to work, the theme for this exhibition, then how to submit your work, a little bit more about the education workshops, some of the curation criteria, how to publish in the AR, and then of course submitting your work. So that being said, if JBR or Crystal wants to jump in, share more about Balanced Forces and some of what we've done.
Yeah, sure. Good morning, everybody. I'm here from Port Moody, British Columbia, Canada, which is actually the location where we did our first Balanced Forces. It was part of the Art Outside Festival that I was hired to create here in this beautiful shoreline city. And it was really for us a pilot project that has turned into so much more. Originally, the festival was about bringing art in front of people where you wouldn't normally expect it, art outside of convention. And it just came to me that it would be an amazing opportunity for artists globally, as well as for the community to be able to see augmented reality along the shoreline here. It's about a 7-kilometer or more shoreline trail just along sort of the ocean front, which looks more like a lake the way that it's situated. And I just thought, working with Rob before and JBR, I was part of I was one of the Searchlight artists. We had done some shows with them, and it just came to my mind that this would be a great opportunity to put something like this together. So I got a hold of JBR, we got a hold of Rob, Sven was brought into the mix, and it's just a really powerful force of a team. And we've just sort of been morphing it as we've gone along in terms of what we want the show to be and how we're going to present it and who's involved and getting guest curators. But really, each show is going to have a different theme, and it's going to be in a different location. We do a call to artists. You'll learn a little bit more about that today for those of you who are just hopping on. But it was very successful in Port Moody, and we've since done the show in New York, and we'll talk a little bit more about the others. But yeah, it's been moving, it's been morphing, and it's turning into something very, very big. And I think one of the great things is just incorporating global artists into, it could be a small town, it could be into a large city, and it could just be in unexpected places. But the shows have been very successful, and the images from there look amazing, and people getting to participate have really enjoyed it. So we're really excited about what's to come.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Crystal. And JBR, do you want to add anything there?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for allowing me to share a little bit, Rob. And it's great to see you, Crystal. Great to see Sven. Man, I love my team so much. They're just rockets, all rockets. I just want to say that I think it's important for the artists to know that, we are volunteers. None of us are getting paid to do this. This is simply for the love of art. And I know I've been doing this for years with Searchlight. And Searchlight was the first nonprofit organization that I ever started working with that was fully onboarding folks from all over the world based on $0. And we got sponsorships, which was really great. But you need to know as an artist that, what we're doing here with you is kind of a new concept in terms of the platform itself, in which we have taken Illust and we've provided it to you. But in order for this to work, we're taking it out into different areas of the world. And I think that this is what's exciting about this new exhibit, is that you're going to learn how to perhaps take this in your own community where you live, where you're at, and perhaps be able to have the strength to approach the bodega that's right around the corner from you to post up your work, and then also map out the next exhibit. That you're going to learn so much from this that I think that you're never going to want to run away from this community. It's a good community, and like what's beautiful is like there's people here that I've worked with in the past. Jen Armand is here, and Quasar, since he's from forever ago. This is beautiful that this community, whenever we do anything like this with Illis, people keep coming back to this because it's such an incredible experience. And with that, have fun, uh, stay creative, and see you soon.
Thank you so much, JVR. Yeah, I'm just gonna share a quick little clip, and then would love to have Sven jump in just as all the. These are both from New York and Port Moody. Port Moody right here was the line hotel. Audio. Anyhow, yeah, we've had it's been really really cool to see. I mean, also Sven coming into the mix, just really been in the background, helping us out with a lot of the social amplification. It's really impressive just seeing that we've had over 200,000 impressions across social media for all the artwork and from all the different content that's been going out around the exhibitions. We've had thousands of on-location visits. I think some folks here actually have gone to the exhibition in New York and scanned the window and actually got an empanada. I've been getting some emails from folks in the community that have done that. So shout out to y'all for doing that. I really appreciate it. I know the local business appreciates it too. Um, and yeah, we've been really kind of looking at how do we champion this new technology to tell stories. And what's really the thing that really impresses upon me is the fact that AR is just inherently shareable. It's inherently engaging because you're really taking part in the artwork, in the experience. You could be placing it, you could be activating it. It's not just passively scrolling through and doom scrolling on a feed. It's actually being a participant in the storyline. So that's why when we go to different locations, it's really important that we're talking about, well, what's a story that means something to the venue, to the location of where we're going. And so, yeah, Sven, just real quick before, would love for you to quickly say hi, to give you that shot a second ago. So,
Hey, Rob, thank you very much for having me up. Hey, everybody. For those guys who don't know me or don't know me, I'm Sven from Germany. JBR brought me into this amazing group, and it's still unbelievable. Can you believe it? It's like our third exhibition now. We're going to Miami. Isn't it incredible? After in less than half a year, so I'm always overwhelmed by this energy of this group of this. It's more a family for me right now. It makes so much fun working with you guys, and yeah, we are getting better and better and better. And I'm right now I'm working on our website a little bit to bring up all of our artists and with all submissions to have a complete overview of all the artworks and all the artists participating in our exhibitions. And yeah, I'm wishing all of you a lot of fun, and let's go to Miami.
awesome, Sven. Thanks so much for jumping in. So yeah, here's some quick screenshots from this is Port Moody. But let's talk about Miami. So yeah, I'll kind of kick it off and then pass the mic along here in a second. But so for Balance Forces Miami, we have the opportunity. We have established a collaboration / partnership with Bit Basel Miami, which is going to be taking place at the Sagamore Hotel that is down in South Beach during Miami Art Week. So that's they have a whole suite of programming going on from I believe December 3rd, that Wednesday, all the way till Sunday, which is during again kind of the core spot for Miami Art Week. So we're really excited. They're be bringing everyone from astronauts to blockchain, Bitcoin enthusiasts to creators, artists. There's a whole a whole enchilada of what's going on down there in Miami. But we want to focus around for this one, since part of our mission is to expose these stories and kind of use this as a platform for telling, you know, talking about contemporary issues. We want to kind of focus around, since it's Miami, and also some of what the programming is going to be at Bit Basel on that Thursday, December 4th, is around ocean conservation. And so looking at kind of SDG 14, which is the Sustainable Development Goals from the UN around basically under the sea, which is, you know, overfishing, sea life, pollution, things of that nature. Since we're going to be close to the beach, we figure that this would be a really great way to bring those stories together into this collection for Balanced Forces, and really, really expose what's you know, maybe the you know, the reflections of what's currently going on, the ways that we can cure it, the empathy between, you know, the sea animals, and everything in between. So we're going to have like a more focused statement. This is kind of the high level, but again, for this one, what's going to change is that we're going to have, rather than have as many submissions as you want for this one, we're going to just focus on 2 pieces. So for the open call, you can submit up to 2 works of art, so that the curation team can go through. Last time we had 200 submissions, so you know, I think this is definitely going to be. We also gave ourselves this time around, we're giving ourselves 2 weeks for curation versus 3 days. So this will definitely, we're learning a lot as we go along, but we're pretty excited, and we're looking at also having potentially 4 different tracks. And each different track will be like a different variation of AR. So one could be like 3D sculptural works. Another might be just video specific. Another one might be like generative art, AI supported art. And another one might be like audio visual. So we want to kind of give those who are on site kind of a choose your own adventure of the different styles of storytelling as well through the AR medium. So yeah, that's a bit about kind of what's going down. But getting even a little bit more refined on the artist call, would love for Crystal to kind of share a bit more about this Code Blue exhibition.
Absolutely. So what we think was really helpful in our first exhibition with Port Moody was giving the artists some themes or ideas just to kind of get your brains percolating, get the gears going, instead of just giving you the title, which I think can also still be very inspirational. But as Rob mentioned, with the SDG 14, with the UN, and having our show so close to the shoreline there in Miami on the beach, we really wanted to sort of bring that to light. So I just put together some themes and ideas that could sort of get you going. But I'm just gonna have to zoom in a bit because I don't have on my reading glasses. The eyes are changing. The eyes are changing. So we're calling it Code Blue. That's sort of our working title at the moment. It may morph, it may flow into something a little bit different, but that sort of just seemed to be where we landed with kind of our overall title for it. But we're inviting artists to explore humanity's shifting relationship between the ocean through our beautiful immersive AR expression. And as Rob mentioned, there's going to be sort of the different modes of storytelling through AR, but there's also some people who submit to the show who are very new. There's some people who are very much an established professional artist, and some who are emerging. So we're also wanting to give the opportunity to all those artists. So we will be selecting from each of those types of categories as well. And thankfully, we do have the extra time to go through the curation this time. But just to go through it quickly, you'll be able to have access to this deck after, so you can come back in here and take a peek at it. It'll also be in the proper form for the artist call. But just things like balance and tipping points. So the fragile equilibrium between humanity and nature, between the health of our oceans and the pressures that we place upon them. Connected worlds, ecosystems and human systems woven together, every ripple affects the whole. So thinking on that one, I kind of like that one. Time and urgency, of course, the rising tide and the climate clock, reminding us of the cost of delay. Future relics. I know this is sort of a favorite one that some of our creators enjoy making, but imagining what traces of today will remain beneath the waves, or even take that into another direction if you want. Of course, destruction and renewal. So the collapse and regrowth, endings and beginnings. Nature's return, resilience, rewilding, earth and ocean reclaiming space once lost. So I'm sure you've seen a lot of work out there where we see these reimagined worlds of what things look like if we've started over, or what could it be in the ideal sense. Nature's return, resilience, rewilding, earth and ocean reclaiming space once lost. Human innovation, adaptation, technology, and creative survival. Eco-grief, resilience, and hope. Explore the emotional landscape of our changing planet, the grief of loss, the strength found in adaptation, and the hope that emerges through our connection to water, nature, and one another. Of course, our community as well. And visions of tomorrow, utopian, dystopian, or regenerative futures for life below water. So hopefully that gives you a lot to start brainstorming some ideas and concepts together for this call. And we're doing something also a little bit different this time, where we're sort of calling it a trading card, but really for us, it's going to be helpful for the curation, but it's also going to be helpful for you for putting your work out there for promotions. So we put together this fun card where it'll have a snapshot of your piece. We'll be putting our new and improved logo, which is not that. We like this, but we're working on having sort of our new logo identity. It'll have your artist name, your social tags, which category this particular piece is, your email, that'll be for us, not on the socials. And then, of course, the description, which for us is really important to see how you've connected to the artist call. You know, what is important about this piece? Why are we considering this one as opposed to something else? And again, up to 2 submissions. You can just do 1. Just because a lot of people were like, as they did it, they were submitting. So we're just putting the limit on 2 for this. And then the ones that are selected, we're going to be doing a list this time. So you can come to our site and find out who was chosen for this particular show. And then you will get a little badge that you can put on your card to show that you're one of the official selections for the show. And those of you who have submitted before, you know, we'll be doing the Google form with all that information on there. So you see that here on our little slide. Basically all the contact information that we need to get a hold of you. And we're not going to be chasing people down. So you need to make sure that you are submitting. If you're having any issues during the time of submission, we're here to help you, but we need to have that information. So if you're not submitting on time, if there's descriptions that are missing, links that aren't working, unfortunately, those ones are going to be moved to the side. So we're here to support you during the submission time, but we're going to be very firm with our deadlines so we can get to work and make sure that the show gets kicked off in the best way possible. So I think we also are looking to get a guest curator on this one with us. So we are going to have them on board to be involved in part of the process with our curation as well.
If I may just interject something. So this card is in conjunction with the application, right? Just to be clear, Crystal, that this information is for us when we go to look at everybody's works, because the system that we currently have needed a little updating. So along with your submission, this is going to be a requirement for you as an artist to submit. Is that right, Crystal?
Yeah, that's correct, JBR. We're just getting it all set up ahead of time. So this way people can even promote that they've submitted to our show. When you're an official selection, you'll get the badge on the card. So we know that you're going to be in it. But we're here to celebrate art. So during this creation process, those of you who didn't get into this show, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't be taking a look at your pieces as well. So yeah, absolutely. It's part of the submission. Oh, you're muted, Rob.
Rookie mistake. For those of y'all who have who participated with us in the past, we'll just send over like a Canva working file, so you could just be able to update it on your own. So you have to go and design it yourself. It's basically drag and drop the photo, some of that information points, and then it should be pretty quick. Yeah, and then as far as the curation process, is there anything you want to share there, Crystal?
Sorry, say that again. I was looking at somebody were typing.
Yeah, you're good. On the curation selection process, the evaluation.
Yeah, I mean, again, making sure that everything is filled out, right? This is part of education for artists as well. Making sure when you are submitting to a show that you are looking at what is required of you as an artist. And just so making sure all those elements are in there. A huge portion of it, you'll see, I wrote down just a quick description here. I put in one of my quick pieces that I made. Basically, the connection to the artist call is really important to us, and we also want to know a little bit about the process of your creation, how you made it. Are you a 2D artist that have scanned your work in and we're looking at it in the AR form in that way? Did you develop it from Blender? What is your process? It's interesting for us to know how the piece was created. Did you use any elements of AI in there for any of your work process as well? It's interesting for us to know, and just the same way that we share mediums when we're hanging in a gallery, what is the piece made of? I think it's important for people to get an idea for that. So the clarity of the submission. Again, we're looking for some balanced voices. That's sort of our balanced forces. We're trying to grab from each of the areas there, each of the professional, emerging people who are just starting out. And then also, as Rob was mentioning, we want to create a story in the show as well. So we are sticking to the theme, but also giving an experience of different types of storytelling through art. So making sure that we have a nice array of sampling of art as well.
If I may just again, just really stress to the artists, it's super important for you to realize that if none of these items are included, you will be set aside, and you more than likely will not be looked at under the curation process. Because I have to tell you that the NYC curation was really tough, and there were works that we would have loved to have seen gone through for the Balance Forces side of the curation. And unfortunately, because certain elements weren't included, such as a description to a really great three-dimensional work, we had to set it aside because although the image was like clear, it's like we don't know anything about this. So it's super, super, super important for you as a creative to really get into the description of your work and why did you create that? I mean, if it's an AI piece of work, anybody can do AI, but why was this so important for you to express upon us and to include it into this curation? So I'm just saying that out loud for myself as an artist as well, but it's just super important for you to make sure that you pay attention to that aspect, all these aspects actually. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, that's super great to underscore. Yeah, and I know that there's so many great works from the last one. It was definitely heartbreaking for some that couldn't make it through. But yeah, I guess just kind of looking at this, so just kind of the process flow. So we're gonna hand this playbook off. We're gonna share this this with you all. We hope that this could just be like a central location where you can just get all the information from. Because I know last time we had like a lot of different competing forms in different areas. It's like, here's the calendars, here's the the Google form, here's the tutorials, so we just want to put it all in one deck. So hopefully this is where you can kind of go to get all the information you might need. But just in terms of like the submission steps, essentially it's read through the playbook. Then we're gonna be releasing the Google form a bit later. We're not gonna be releasing it quite yet. But to start thinking about the themes and what you want to be producing, but when the Google form's ready, take a look through the Google form. You'll need to download access to Illust to be able to publish the AR experience to the world. We're going to do a special promo. Actually, it's even a better promo than that one. But I'll show that in just a second. Then the other part is attend one of these education sessions. We're actually going to be building off each session versus having each session be its own individual or its own like replicated information session. So basically, we're going to be doing like workshops that are going to be different from each other each week, and they're going to build off of each other as well. So it'd be really helpful if you're all able to kind of jump in each week because our goal is to, and I'll kind of go into the education bit in a second, but our goal is to get you to a point where you have the comfortability to go and be able to pitch local businesses on your AR creation skills, or you could pitch an artist or a musician on their album cover or whatever you want to do that allows you to be able to generate revenue as an artist using this new medium. And then, of course, we have the last one, which is submitting your AR work for the open call. So moving into this like education series. So again, the idea is to really kind of get you equipped. And we want to start folks from a base level of maybe zero experience of AR. I know that AR can be really intimidating for some folks when you're just looking at it. It was for me when I first got into the space many moons ago, but fortunately, I mean, I had a peer that helped kind of show me the ropes. And so what we're hoping to be is kind of that friend or that, that colleague of yours that can kind of help get you into the mix and make it so it's less intimidating than it might be. So the way that we're going to set it up is going to be every Wednesday at 9 a.m., kind of following our same trajectory. Each session will be recorded, and we're also going to be sharing the recording in our school community hub. So I'll talk about school in a little bit, but yeah, these will each week we're gonna kind of recap it, put it, and there's gonna be some homework too. So starting it off, today's just the intro into Balance Forces Miami, about what's going on and saying hi to y'all. Next week we're gonna go deep. We're gonna go into the studio part 1, and basically publishing world effects. The first one's gonna be around. You should be able to be ready to basically make your first AR placement by the end of the workshop. The second one, we're going to be doing image targets, and we're going to be doing face effects. So what that means is basically you could do, if you want to augment a movie poster, you could do that with that after that workshop. If you want to make face paint for an upcoming soccer match, you could do that as well. That's what the second section is going to be. The next one's going to be crafting 3D experiences. So we're going to look at both contemporary tools such as like the blenders of the world, but then we're also going to juxtapose that with like a meshy or like an AI mesh generating tool. So by the end of that is that we're hoping that you'll be able to, by the end of that session, be able to create your own 3D experience without having to necessarily buy it from TurboSquid or from Sketchfab or any of those sites. And then we have, after that, we're going to do an intro to Web3 and crypto-based art. So some of y'all have been legends in that. But yeah, some folks are definitely really interested about just getting their feet wet. So we'll be jumping into some strategies, different marketplaces, different ways of really kind of getting your Web3 footprint going. Then we'll be taking that into marketing, AR marketing. How do we use this? How do we leverage social media? What can we do? What are different tactics that we've seen to work? And then we're going to do a workshop on creating your own map. So doing your own custom built, basically your own custom curated map of experiences in the world. December 3rd, we're going to do an IRL meetup in Miami, or December 4th, probably around the event actually, but it'll be the 3rd or 4th. But yeah, it'll be a meetup at Miami Art Week, and then the following week we're going to do our recap show. So yeah, that's kind of what we have on the trajectory, and then again, everything's going to be recorded and placed in our school account. And for those of you who complete everything 100%, we are going to do an airdropped NFT. That is going to be kind of like your like a credential for completing this, like our first course. But some helpful AR resources to get you started. So we have a step-by-step guide to publishing your first AR work of art. It really goes like creating an account to having something anchored in the world. We also have a tutorials website. I just included a link here. If you click on any of these photos, it will drive you there. And then we also put a lot of our videos on our YouTube account. So if you're looking for resources to help you get started, that's where you can go. Also included just a little screenshot of like our AR Studio glossary, because there are some terms. But basically, if you look at this, it'll just kind of tell you it's just about saving. I don't want to go too far into detail about this. We could talk about this in the next session, but just some lingo. And then moving into the promo code. So we're actually going to do 50% off for new users or new creators using the plan. 50% off your monthly plan for 4 months, which is $60 of value for new creators. So it's quite a bit. We're pretty excited about it, but I know that we really want to see you all kind of invested in this. And as you learn the education, that this gives you enough time to get to your feet and be able to make it happen. So if you drop this promo code in at checkout 50x4, 50% off for 4 months, then yeah, you'll be able to activate that. It also includes a 7-day free trial too. So if just to kind of get you up to speed. And yeah, so if you scan that QR code, it goes to the Ill Studio. And then I also included just a screenshot because I know this is something that comes up quite a bit. But there is when you're choosing your plan, make sure you click monthly. If you want to do monthly, you can always do yearly by all means. But we had a lot of folks come in saying, "Hey, we did yearly on accident." But if you click here for monthly, you'll get the monthly account. And if you click this button, you go to where you can have the checkout. I circled it where it says add promotion code. That's where you add 50x4. So it's food for thought. You do have to put a credit card on file because it will charge at the end of the 7 days. So that is an important requirement. But that's just kind of where things are at. And yeah, last but not least, the school account that we just set up. So we're pretty excited about this. I think after New York and after all the workshops that we do together, it's been really cool to see some of these, some folks be able to connect with each other, and after the conversation, share what they're working on. And so we wanted to create a place where we could all congregate. And so school is free to access. We're putting a lot of our materials there. We're also putting our calendar of events. So all the calendars of things that we have going on. So like, for example, this Friday, we're going to have office hours, and that'll just be a time just to kind of just shoot the shit and just be able to like hang out, talk about what we're working on. If there's any troubleshooting, if you're stuck on something, or you just want a time to just kind of breathe around an idea, come to an office hours. We'll be there, or I'll be there at least for sure. But yeah, and then other events that we have coming up, or like when homework's due, stuff like that. I mean, not going to get that serious about titles. We will have homework, but it'll be fun homework. But then also we have a map of creators that are around the world, which is really cool. So you can check out the map, see where people are located. And then there's also some like gamification too. So there's like a point system baked into it. So we'll be adding a lot more into it, but it's just a fun way for us all to connect and yeah, really kind of build each other up. So that's basically the MO. But so that QR code goes to the school community. But that being said, I mean, I think outside of sharing this along with the open call information, I think at this point, I think this is kind of where we'll close out the recording, and then I'm gonna stop recording, and we can just have like a chat amongst ourselves for the next 15 minutes or so. But thank you so much for y'all coming into this chat. We're really excited about Basel, Miami, and yeah, we'll see you at the next workshop. And that is a cut on the recording. Cool. So.